Hi everyone. Today my topic is types of loaders. Before that, we will see what is loader. It is a program which accepts the object program decks, prepares these programs for execution by the computer, and initiates the execution. Uh, Types of loaders. There are 5 types of loaders: compile and go loaders, general loader scheme, relocating loaders, direct linking loaders, dynamic linking, and loading. First, we will see compile and go loaders. Compile and go loaders are the method of performing loader functions to have assembler run in one part of the memory and place the assembled machine instructions and data as they are assembled directly into their assigned memory locations. This loading scheme is commonly called compile and go or assemble and go. It is relatively easy to implement. It simply places the code into core, and the loader consists of one instruction that transfers to the starting instruction of the newly assembled program. This is the structure of the program. Source program goes to the compile and go translator, that goes to the program loaded in memory, and down is the assembler. The advantages is it is relatively easy to implement. It is very simple and easy to follow. Next, general loader scheme. General loader scheme outputting the instructions and data as they are assembled circumvents the problem of wasting code for the assembler. Such an output could be saved and loaded whenever the code has to be executed. This output form, which may be on cards containing a coded form of the instructions, is called an object deck. The translated instructions, that is object program, is available on the object deck. The use of the object deck is an intermediate data to avoid one disadvantage of the preceding compile and go scheme, which requires the addition of new program to the system, which is in this diagram. In general loading scheme, there are 4 loader functions. They are allocation by the programmer, linking by programmer, reallocation by assembler, loading by loader. Next, absolute loaders. This is simplest type of loader scheme which fits the general loader scheme. In this scheme, the assembler outputs the machine language translation of the source program in almost the same form as in the assemble and go scheme, except that the data is punched on cards instead of being placed directly in the memory. Then the loader in return simply accepts the machine language text and places it into core at the location prescribed by the assembler. This scheme makes more core available to the user since the assembler is not in the memory at load time. Next, reallocating loaders. Reallocating loaders, it is to avoid possible reassembling of all subroutines. When a single subroutine is changed and to perform the task of allocating the linking for the programmer, the general class of reallocating loaders was introduced. An example for this is the binary symbolic subroutine BSS loader. We say a transfer vector relocation bits in this relocating loaders, same as allocation, linking, relocation loadings are used in this relocating loaders. The advantages is the subroutine can be handled efficiently. Next, direct linking loaders. It is a general relocatable loader and is perhaps the most popular loading scheme presently used throughout. The direct linking load has the advantage of allowing the programmer multiple procedure segments and multiple data segments, and of giving him complete freedom in referencing data constructions contained in other segments. This provides flexible intersegment referencing and accessing ability, but at the same time allowing independent translations of program. The assembler must give the loader the length of the segment, a list of all symbols in the segment that may be referenced by other segments, their relative location within the segments, a list of all symbols not defined in the segment but referenced in the segment, the machine code translations of the source program and the relative address assigned, the types of cards in the object deck are EST, TXT, RLD and end. Next, dynamic loading and linking. Dynamic loading, it is the portion of the loading that actually intersect the calls and the loads the necessary procedure is overlay, supervisor or simply flipper. Advantage is that no overhead is incorrected unless the procedure is to be called or refreshed is actually used. Also, the system can be dynamically reconfigured. The major drawback is occurred due to the fact that we here postponed most of the binding process until execution time. Next, dynamic linking with the other program assigned, because a program written by the programmer or its translated version is really of a standalone nature, that is a program generally cannot execute on its own without requiring the presence of some other programs is computer memory. The standard function must reside into the main memory. The linking function next address of program known to each other so that such transfers can take place during the execution. This is the structure of dynamic linking and loaders. The source code goes to the compiler that converts to object code, goes to the linker, that is additional file, and executable files, then loader, then to the memory. Hi everyone, today my topic is types of loaders. Before that we will see what is loader.